Okay, so like we're all living more and more of our lives online,
Right.
right? And so much of that depends on this like huge network of cloud infrastructure.
Yeah, for sure.
And AI is just like becoming a bigger and bigger part of the picture, right?
Yeah.
But with all this incredible power and connectivity comes this kind of,
This huge responsibility
yeah,
to keep everything secure.
yeah, exactly. It can feel like trying to keep up with this like puzzle where all the pieces keep changing shape.
That's a great analogy.
And it's not just about securing one system anymore. It's about this entire interconnected web of systems and data.
You got it. And the thing is, the threats themselves are changing just as fast as the technology.
Right.
They're actually using AI too, so it's this constant game of cat and mouse.
And that brings us to something pretty big that's happened recently that's really aiming to address this whole security challenge. We're diving into Google's agreement to acquire Wiz. Have you heard about this?
Oh yeah, it's been making waves in the industry.
Yeah, it's a big deal. We're talking about a $32 billion all-cash transaction for a leading cloud security platform.
That's a statement.
That's a statement, right?
It shows how important this area is becoming.
For sure. And Wiz has become so important so quickly because they offer this unified view of security across all these different cloud environments.
Multi-cloud is the reality for so many organizations these days.
Absolutely.
It's not just one cloud anymore.
Right. So what we're going to unpack today is like, what's the driving force behind this massive move? What's Google seeing here? And what does Wiz gain from it?
Yeah.
And most importantly, like, why should you care? How does this impact your own security in the cloud?
It's a great question, and I think it's important to start with understanding Google Cloud's commitment to security in general.
They've always taken it pretty seriously, right?
Oh, yeah. It's been baked into their DNA from the beginning.
Right.
And they clearly see that as AI and multi-cloud become even more widespread, the need for robust solutions just keeps growing.
Right. I mean, they're already this massive player in cloud infrastructure.
Right.
And their work with AI is incredible.
Yeah, no one can deny that.
And, even looking back at their history, security innovation has always been a key part of their story.
Absolutely.
So this feels like a strategic move for them to solidify their position in the cloud security world.
Exactly. And, Thomas Kurian over at Google Cloud, he talked about how their vision aligns with Wiz's vision.
Okay.
It's all about making cybersecurity more accessible to everyone and crucially simpler.
Oh, for sure. The complexity is a big barrier for so many.
It is. The goal is to give more companies the tools to not just detect cyber attacks, but actually prevent them from happening in the first place.
So it's like a proactive approach instead of just reacting after the fact.
Yeah, exactly. And the acquisition is supposed to help with this in a few key ways.
Like what?
Well, first, they want to fundamentally change how security is designed, operated, and automated. They want to move towards this end-to-end platform rather than having all these separate tools.
What do you mean by end-to-end platform?
So it's about integrating security more deeply into every stage of the life cycle of an application or a system that's running in the cloud.
Ah, I see. So it's about building security in from the ground up.
Exactly. And that goes hand in hand with the second way, which is scaling cybersecurity teams through automation.
Right, because there's just not enough security professionals out there.
Exactly. So automation is key to helping the existing teams be more efficient.
So you're talking about freeing up those teams to focus on the really big threats instead of getting bogged down in all the smaller tasks.
You got it. And another big point they emphasized is the need to reduce the cost and complexity of managing security.
Oh, yeah. That's always a good thing.
If you can streamline processes and automate more tasks, it'll naturally lead to some cost savings.
Right, and less headache overall.
For sure. And then, of course, they also talked about enhancing protection against new AI-driven threats.
Okay, so how does bringing Wiz into the fold help with that specifically?
What's interesting here is the potential synergy they've got Google with all their advanced AI capabilities and Wiz with their platform that can see across all these different cloud environments.
Okay.
They could potentially create some really intelligent threat detection and prediction systems.
It's like using AI to fight AI.
Exactly.
Which is kind of wild when you think about it. And it's important to note that they also talked about promoting the adoption of multi-cloud security.
Yeah, they're not just thinking about their own Google Cloud platform.
Right. They want to give customers more choice and encourage innovation across the whole cloud ecosystem.
Which is really important because so many companies are using multiple clouds these days.
Exactly. So Wiz already supports AWS, Azure, and Oracle Cloud, and it sounds like that's going to continue after the acquisition.
That's the plan.
Which makes sense because their customers rely on them to provide that consistent security no matter which cloud they're using.
It's about giving you the flexibility to choose the best cloud for your needs without compromising security.
Okay, so we've talked about Google's perspective, but what about Wiz? They were already doing really well, so why did this acquisition make sense for them?
Well, if you look at their founding mission, it gives you a clue. They were all about helping organizations secure everything they build and run in any cloud environment.
Right?
And they were really focused on making a security platform that developers would actually like to use.
Because in the past, security tools haven't always been the most user-friendly.
You got it. So Wiz wanted to change that.
And they've been growing like crazy and expanding into all these different cybersecurity areas.
Which shows that their approach is working.
Yeah, for sure. And they really believe that cloud security needs to be simpler, more accessible, and smarter.
And that aligns perfectly with Google's vision.
Yeah, I remember Asaf Rappaport, the CEO of Wiz, said he was excited about joining Google Cloud because it would let them innovate faster.
He said it was like strapping a rocket to their innovation efforts.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So they basically see this as a way to amplify their impact.
Exactly, and with Google's resources and AI expertise, they can achieve their goals on a much larger scale.
And they've been very clear about their commitment to remaining a multi-cloud platform.
That's non-negotiable for them.
Right. Because their customers rely on them for that, and joining Google Cloud is seen as a way to actually strengthen that multi-cloud support.
It's about making their platform even better.
Okay, so for their customers, their partners, and their employees,
Yeah.
what are the specific advantages that Wiz expects to see?
Well, for their customers, the big benefit is the promise of more comprehensive and integrated security solutions by combining Wiz's platform with Google's infrastructure, data analytics, and AI. They're aiming to provide a more robust and unified approach to securing systems across all major clouds and hybrid environments.
So it's about giving you a more powerful toolkit that can adapt to all the different cloud landscapes that companies are working with.
You got it. And for their partners, this acquisition makes partnering with Wiz even more attractive. Integrating with Google Cloud's ecosystem could give them a wider reach and access to new markets and customers.
Right, so it's not just Wiz that benefits their entire partner network.
Yeah.
Could see some real growth.
For sure. And for the people who work at Wiz, Rappaport called this an incredible milestone for their team.
Yeah.
They see it as a chance to collaborate with some of the best minds in the industry, people who are passionate about changing cybersecurity for the better.
It's a chance to be part of something really big.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've talked about the why from both sides. Now, what about the practical implications? What do you, the listener, need to know?
The first thing to know is that Wiz's products will still work across all the major cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, and Oracle Cloud. They've been very clear about that.
So it's not about locking you into using Google Cloud.
Nope, they're committed to multi-cloud support.
And Google Cloud has also said that they'll continue to offer a wide range of security solutions in their marketplace, so you'll still have options.
They want to create a more open and collaborative environment.
Okay, good to know. And of course, we should remember that this is still just an agreement. The acquisition still has to go through all the regulatory reviews and approvals.
Right. These things take time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So while everything points to this deal going through, it'll be a while before it's finalized.
And I'm sure they covered a lot of those details in that webcast they had on March 18th.
Yeah. But the bigger picture here is that this acquisition is a huge investment in making cloud security simpler and stronger in a world where multi-cloud is the norm and AI threats are getting more sophisticated.
It's a recognition of how important this is becoming.
So this could lead to more integrated, more automated, and just more powerful security solutions in the future, which could ultimately make managing security in the cloud less of a burden and less expensive for you.
It's about making security work better for everyone.
Exactly. And this whole convergence of cloud computing, AI, and cybersecurity is only going to get more important moving forward.
This acquisition is just the beginning.
So to wrap up, Google's decision to acquire Wiz is a major move, and it's all about strengthening cloud security in the age of AI and multi-cloud by bringing together Google's infrastructure and AI expertise with Wiz's security platform. They're hoping to create a more unified and powerful approach to keeping our digital world safe.
And they're not backing away from multi-cloud. They're embracing it, which is really important for so many organizations.
Yeah, because security needs to be flexible and adaptable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This has the potential to be a big win for customers, partners, and the whole cybersecurity community.
Okay, so here's something to think about. How is this increasing interconnectedness of cloud AI and security going to change how companies approach risk management and innovation in the years ahead? This acquisition is more than just a business deal. It raises some really important questions about the future of cybersecurity.
It's a real turning point.
So what new questions does this raise for you? How does it change your understanding of our digital world?
It's something we all need to be thinking about.
Absolutely.
The landscape is shifting.
Yeah, it is for sure. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
As always, you can find more information about this topic and other deep dives on our website. Catch you next time.
See you then.
Bye.